name is Yvonne Marquez. I have been employed with Gadsden Independent School District for 23 years. I started in first grade, then I went to kindergarten, then I went back to first grade, and now I am a third grade teacher at Desert Trail Elementary here in Chaparral, New Mexico. My students are wonderful. They are very excited to have been able to return to the classroom face-to-face this year. Once they knew they were safe, they started talking a little bit more, they were sharing more, and they started sharing their experiences that they had during their remote learning. I started with DonorsChoose in June of 2018. Being very insecure of not knowing where I was going to be getting materials for my new grade level, I looked into it and I found that DonorsChoose is a great resource for teachers because you get so many supplies, materials, and resources for your students and for their success. It is not hard to create a project on DonorsChoose. It is 5 steps and it is very easy, self-explanatory. One of the steps on creating a project is to say a little bit about your school. You talk about your school, then you have another area where you get to talk about your students, their needs, your classroom needs, your environment needs, your neighborhood. So you can give the donors an idea of your community. One of my most favorite projects was during remote learning. I wanted my students to feel comfortable at home, and this was my students' idea. They wanted to have a pajama party. So that's where I got the idea of getting pajamas and teddy bears, stuffed animals for my students. And once my very kind donors funded our project, all of my students received their pajamas and their teddy bears, and on Fridays we would have pajama day. And I remember seeing the faces of my students, even though they were remote, I could see them smiling. I could see how happy they were to have something to hug, something to love. We had a dream project, which was having some computers funded, and some of our students received our computers. That was one of my biggest projects ever. Of course, technology is very expensive, so when you create a project for technology, you know that it's going to be a challenge to get it funded. But thankfully, we were able to get it funded. Up to right now, students have not had to bring not even a pencil to the classroom. Everything is here for them. Yes, do it. It's for your classroom, for your students, for your families, for your community. My parents did not have to buy any supplies this year. Everything. And not only did I supply their supplies for the classroom, I made them a package so they can have supplies at home. Everything from their whiteboards, that was so crucial during remote learning. Having whiteboards was so crucial. And then the fun stuff comes in. The water bottles with their name, the t-shirts, their pajamas. I have one for snacks right now because I've noticed that during the day, they get hungry. Or I have some students walking in at 9 o'clock. Breakfast is over. Breakfast is over at 9 o'clock. So I'll go grab a cookie, go grab a juice, or before they go home. My mom doesn't get home till 7 or 8 o'clock. They don't eat dinner until parents get home. So I give everybody something. They put it in their backpack. They take it home. They can eat it on the bus or when they get home. This is a project that I did for Chaparral High School basketball team, for the whole basketball team. During testing, before the pandemic, you know how we have the school-wide testing, the IMESA testing, everything. We needed headphones for the students with and for the WIDA testing, headphones. I just want them to know that they are respected and they are greatly appreciated for investing in the future, which is our students.